different 6-6 builds and spend over $800 to finally find the perfect build in NBA 2K24. This is the build I've been using in all of my wagers for the past month, and because of this build, I am up thousands of dollars. When I say this build can do everything, I truly mean it. You want to go to the rim and dunk on somebody? Go ahead. You want to pull up and hit the midi fade? Go ahead. You want to combo up and hit a 3 in someone's face? Go ahead. You want to get a steal and play good defense? You can do that too. This build can literally do everything. This is the best build in the game. You guys want to know what's crazy? Ever since I started to play on PrizePicks, my life just got a lot better, as you can see. I used to be alone. This was never possible, okay? I am not attractive. You guys can clearly see this. To improve your life like me, it's very easy. First, you're gonna pick your sport, then you're gonna select your category, then you're gonna select your players within that category and decide if they're gonna go more or less. The more picks you get right, the more money you make. And now PrizePicks is offering Demons and Goblins, which allows you to 100x your cash, and they do tons of other promos throughout the week. If you sign up today and use code YoungDirk in my link in the description, PrizePicks will match your first deposit up to $100. Age restrictions apply. Please play responsibly. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Okay, we're gonna go with a point guard. We are going to be 6'6". We want Burly body style, so we're gonna go with 219. You'll unlock Burly after 3 weeks of Gatorade workouts, and then we're gonna go with a 6'8" wingspan. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go with a 93 driving dunk instead of the 94 like we usually do. I'll explain why in a minute, and then we're gonna put our vertical at an 80 for that posterizer on gold. Okay, so I used to go with the 94 driving dunk and the 82 vert for the elite contacts off 2, but I am telling you now, there is no difference between 94 and 93 at all. I still get just as many contacts and I still get very, very good animations. I promise there is zero difference. If you don't know by now, driving dunk and contact dunks is the most broken mechanic in this entire game. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys all of my dunking animations so you can dunk like Prime Vince Carter. Anytime someone is not directly between you and the basket, you are going to get a contact dunk and a big green window every single time. If you don't know how to do contact dunks, you're gonna flick down up or up down on your right stick while holding turbo, and as long as they are not directly between you and the basket, you're gonna get a huge meter, which are almost impossible to mistime and miss. This is extremely broken because every time you beat your defender, even if they are on your hip, you are going to score literally every single time and nothing can stop you. These are the exact dunks that I use. First off, put on these 3 reverses. They are absolutely broken. Then I'm using pro contact dunks off 1 and 2. I'm also using cradle dunks off 1 and then side clutches off 1. These are my exact dunks along with Russell Westbrook. And then you can put on any alley-oops you want. If you want to copy the same ones as me, go ahead. Then what we're going to do is we're going to leave our close shot and our driving layup, but we do get pro touch on goal, which is very important, as you will see. Layups this year are extremely broken, especially if you know how to use them correctly. One of the best 1s and 2s players in the world has no driving dunk and just has a 73 layup, and dude is a god. You just have to know your angles and when not to go up with a layup or not. For example, scoopers are absolutely broken. That is a very, very good time to go up for layup when you have that angle. If you learn this skill, layups on this build along with the driving dunks are extremely broken. Now I'm about to blow your mind with this. We're leaving the standing dunk on 38, but look how overpowered it is. I promise you this is real. This is not fake. This is the same build with the 38 standing dunk. There is a skill to this, so here's how you do this. You're gonna run while holding turbo towards the basket, and as soon as you get right underneath the basket, you're not gonna let go of turbo or your left stick, and you're just gonna hold square or X, and you will go up for a standing dunk. I will note, if your stamina is less than 50%, you will not go up for a standing dunk, but if it is, you're gonna get it every single time, and it's super broken and pretty much unblockable. Now that's just the finishing on this build. Now let's get into the shooting. We're gonna start off with an 84 mid-range, which will give us Mini Magician on gold. Just imagine this. The defense is guarding your driving dunk heavy. They're worried about getting dunked on, and then they're just gonna sit back in the paint and whoop, you can just pull up for the midi. They just can't stop it. It is truly so hard to guard the rim run and the mid-range at the same time. It's either you pick one or the other to defend, and you just gotta make the right read. I used to have a build build with 92 mid-range and Mini Magician Hall of Fame, but 2K Lab did a test and Silver, Gold, and Hall of Fame all have the same green window. But do not go completely off that chart because I have a build with Mini Magician on Silver, and it is a big difference in my opinion from Gold. But the difference between Gold and Hall of Fame is so small that it is not worth it. And I think Gold is actually OP as long as you don't over dribble and you have stamina and you're wide open or just open. It's gonna go in 90% of the time. It is rare that I miss a wide open mid-range. We got the 93 dunk and the 84 midi, but what if I told you this build also has a 92 3? And just look at the badges. Agent 3 silver, blinders and deadeye gold, limitless range silver, catch and shoot, corner, green machine, space critter, all gold, claymore, comeback kid, Hall of Fame, guard up, open looks gold. I am very confused how a person is supposed to guard this. They have to worry about your driving dunk, your mid-range, and now they got to worry about your 3. And it's not like you have like an 83. You have a 92 3 with limitless range on silver and all gold shooting badges. This build is so hard to defend. Anytime I'm playing the ones, which is pretty much every day, dudes go into game chat and just complain that I'm cheating, I'm not even good, it's just the build. Like, you know what, bro? The build is actually cheating. Like, it's just so broken and so overpowered compared to any other build I have ever used. And if you have a good jump shot, which I'm about to give you, combined with the gold shooting badges, you can really just shoot in anyone's face as long as you can time your jump shot. Is there a big difference between bronze and silver limitless range? Yes, I used to run bronze on my main build, and there is definitely a big difference. And is there a big difference between gold and silver shooting badges? Absolutely. And this is the jump shot I have been using in all my wagers, and this is my current jump shot. T-Mac, Bassi, Oscar, full speed, 39-61 blend, and I shoot on push. I do not play 5, so I'm going to leave my free throw as is. We're going to go 85 ball handle. We're not going to get Kemba. I'll explain what we're going to use instead. Then we're going to go 75 speed with ball, and then 81 speed for speed booster and hyperdrive on silver. This is not Trae Young or Kemba. This is Jimmy Butler escape, my favorite escape in the whole game, and you only need a 75 ball handle, which is perfect because we have an 85. We still get the Jamal Murray behind the back. You only need an 83. The reason why we went 85, a lot of people do not know this. When you have the 85, that is the threshold you need to speed boost out of your escape. You cannot speed boost out of an escape if you have less than 85 ball handle. And as far as having speed booster on silver, a lot of people think you need gold. That is not true unless you're like a pro-am point guard, but most guards, most shooting guards, most 1s, 2s, and 3s players now are running speed booster on silver because it's only like 2 frames slower than gold, and 2 frames is really not that much. So here are all of my dribble moves. I want you to put these on exactly if you are making this build, and even if you're not making this build, these are the dribble moves I want you to put on. These are the best in my opinion, unless you're a small guard and you get Kyrie dribble style, but most of you are not making small guards, so put these on. For the pass accuracy, here's what we're gonna do. Now hear me out, okay? We're gonna leave it at 55. Let me ask you this. Do these passes look slow? You tell me. Is this too low if you are a pro-am point guard? Of course it is. Is it too low for 1s and 2s? No, it is not in my opinion. Now on 3s, could I make this work in the park? Yes, 100% absolutely. Now in a stage 3s tournament, it would probably be a little too slow. Could I figure out a way to make it work? Yes. But could you make it work? That's the most important question. This is an ISO build, and when I think ISO, I think score the basketball. Even when I do play 2s and 3s, I rarely pass regardless. Now, if you want to tweak the build and add more pass accuracy based on the game modes you play and your play style, that is completely okay. Go ahead and do that. Now, for the defense, I want to prove a lot of people wrong, so we're going to go with a 48 interior and a 68 block for chase down on bronze. Let me explain why I did this. All of these clips you are about to see are with the 48 interior and the 68 block. It is about the angles, guys. It has nothing to do with your interior rating. All interior defense is when you hold up your right stick for hands up defense. That is literally it. Everything else is your angles and your block rating, okay? I sweat this game 24/7 against the best players on the planet. I promise you, I am not trying to lie or anything. You need to learn the correct angles on defense, and you need to learn when to jump and when not to jump, and that is all you need to get stops in the paint along with your block rating. Now for the steal, we're gonna go with a 91 steal for gold glove interceptor and right stick ripper. This is my first first time going gold glove instead of silver since my very first build I ever made. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think there was much of a difference between silver and gold, but let me tell you, there definitely is. It just seems like a lot easier to get steals in specific situations. Like, obviously, if someone is just dribbling right in your face, standing still, you're gonna get a steal with glove on silver. But it's like with gold, you get steals in weird situations that you wouldn't usually get if you didn't have gold. So I like the 91 steal, and you get that interceptor on gold as well. For the perimeter, we're going to go with an 85. I usually run lower, but I've done some testing and I like the clamps on silver. And to get clamps on silver, we got to put our strength to a 50. And here are the rest of the badges we get. There is a massive difference between bronze and silver clamps, in my opinion, and you will see in these clips, like, I never would get bumps like this, or I would never get people to pick the ball up, which is why I think there is definitely a huge difference. And with the higher perimeter, you get better contests on jump shots, so I think 85 is a nice sweet spot. Then we're going to put our O board to a 30. We're going to leave the D board at 40. For the physicals, we're going to go 81 speed, 66 excel, 50 strength, 80 vert, and 99 stamina. Remember, this is what I think is the best build. If you want to tweak it to your play style and the game modes you play, go ahead. If you want to become a pro, watch that video on screen. You will not regret it. It is a great video. You will become a better player, I promise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Go out.